It's not his fault, by the way, Cowboy Nation. I get it. A lot of people will look into this and say, well, he's greedy. Nah, I don't look at it in that way. But we got to talk about it. Let's go. Let's continue to talk about the Dallas Cowboys in this light. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all, by the way, for tuning in and being part of this episode. You can also find this episode on iTunes as well as your Roku devices. Really appreciate you guys. And check out the YouTube pages as well as the Facebook group. Let's go. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Dalton Schultz party, huh? Yeah. Come on. Let's go. He gonna sit out, right? He just gonna sit out, huh? Let's go. Appreciate all of the HBOs, the SGs. Appreciate y'all so much.
He needs some milk.
Come on. Let's go. Turn me up.
Fatality.
Right. What's up, everybody? Appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. So, the information out there that Dalton Schultz, he said, man, I ain't practicing. I ain't going out there. No, I ain't finna snap up my shin, pull a hammy. I want a long-term contract. I wanted some of that David Njoku money. Matter of fact, I want more than David Njoku's money. I want that bag, baby. And I deserve to get it, regardless of how you guys think of it. Regardless of how you guys put it down, I need my money. And I need it right now. He signed a franchise tag of 10.9 for your mind. And on top of that, you might as well round that up to 11 mil, right? Who's really saying 10.9 all day? So he got that $11 million. Schultz is a sure hands catcher. He only dropped 3 balls last year. Passer rating when targeted, 122. He was Dak Prescott's security/safety blanket for the last 2 years. He digressed a little bit, or I meant to say regressed, as it relates to blocking, right? Those are some of the flaws. But neither here nor there. Is he a flashy guy? No. Could you find somebody else to do what he was able to do? I'm quite sure, given the opportunity and the chances, you might can find someone else that can do these type of things, Cowboy Nation. But here's the thing, and here's the truth of it. This particular team lost so many puzzles to the pieces last season that was here. Amari Cooper's gone, right? And they looked at it like this. Okay, he went off to the Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns paid Amari Cooper. They paid the quarterback $230 million guaranteed. And then they also paid their tight end, right? They don't have any issues of paying their guys, right? And then I think that they paid Denzel Ward $22 to $21 million, I believe, and around that aspect, APY. So the Cowboys, of course, not all bags are created equal, because the Cowboys, they look at money and they like to spread it out. Shout out to you, Lovey, VIP. So that's the thing, Cowboy Nation. How can this particular team get back to the good graces? How can this particular team get back to the saying, hey, I feel you. I understand you. But we should have let you test the market. But you can't put toothpaste back in the tube. And if so, it won't be easy. And that is the issue altogether. Craig says, pay Schultz. Shout out to you that's on the Facebook. Doing a little something different for my YouTube to get rid of the bots. So there's no bots in the house, man. I really appreciate you guys on the YouTube groove of setting that up for me over there. Bam, here we go. We're going to pull up the comments there. And, yeah, if you pay them, get it out the way. Let's not make this news be the news for all of training camp, OTAs, this is not a situation where it's mandatory, right? You volunteer to do this. But we all know that even though it's a voluntary type of situation, it's mandatory. It is. Continuity. Trying to pick up this team as relates to what to do and where you need to be at. You got a guy that set the example last season, 2 seasons in a row. The quarterback. You didn't hear a whisper of the quarterback saying, you know what, man? Man, I gave y'all all of those years, man. Man, I gave y'all all of those years, man, of free pretty much quarterback play. And I'm going to sit out, man, because y'all pulling my chain, man. Y'all pulling my short hairs. Y'all caressing them. Y'all massaging them. And I'm going to sit out because I rightfully deserve to have at least what Carson Wentz is making. He didn't do that, right? He could have easily done that. He could have easily said, hey, I'm going to sit out because I at least deserve to get Jared Goff's money, right? Those boys got paid twice before he got paid one time. I look at it like this. The person that's really having this issue altogether, shout out to you, Black 420 TV. You guys get what I'm saying, right? I think it's Stephen Jones that's the issue with this one. And I'm not trying to rain on his parade. I know that he want to be the FBI, open up! I know that he want to be that guy. To say, hey, these are the things I've done as the person handling the funds. And think of it like this, Cowboy Nation. When you really look at it, I know you guys want to say, Catboy. You know, these things could have been avoided, right? The contract languages or the contract that's been the way that it is, kicked off all the way when DeMarcus Lawrence was here. Well, he's still here, by the way, I meant to say. And they franchise tagged him 2 times in a row. Come on, man. Prove it again, man. Prove it again. And then he proved it again. And then when it was time to pay Dak, hey, man, we got to pay D-Law. Oh, you know, we can't pay you this. And then right before they about to, all right, we're going to pull out the paper. We're going to sign you to a contract. Ezekiel Elliott said, you know what? Holla at your boy. I need some of that paper, too. I know what you guys are about to do. You can't squeeze me. And they didn't want to pay Zeke. Then they end up paying. I'm just spitting off the top of my mind now of the order. But I do know where somewhere in there they paid my guy, Jalen Smith. You guys remember that? So this is the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. Stephen White says, Matt, well, let's go at tight end. I don't know if he can catch. You know, he may be having the size or what have you, but I don't know if he can catch Matt. Well, let's go. maybe in a package situation, your jumbo packages down in the gold zone situation, you put Matt Walesko in, but not as a full-time tight end at 6'7". And those knees when he try to cut, shoot. Replying to T. Brown Arrington, since Dion. Oh, you talking about the Dion situation with the Dallas Cowboys? Craig, he says the blueprint is Stephen Jones. Well, we can look back and say to ourselves with Stephen Jones, I want to be the smartest guy in the room, right? And that's Stephen Jones for you. Schultz earned his money. This is from Craig. This is what Schultz earned. Is the right to see the market. Let me repeat. The right to see the market. Why is that such? Well, here's the thing, and here's the situation, Cowboy Nation. When you have a tight end that you kind of looking at it like, okay, I know for sure we were paying $20 million to the wide receiver Amari Cooper. We don't know yet what CeeDee Lamb is going to look like this year. We can only go off of his production or productivity for the first 2 years. But one thing I can tell you, looking back at film, when they pull up the tape, we know for sure that this guy been the safety hatch, the relief valve, right? And that's Dalton Schultz. But one of the better ways to look at this, Cowboy Nation, is that they should have at least said to themselves, to get the true vibe of what Schultz is doing out there, let him test the market. I don't see from a film aspect that Schultz is light years ahead of Hayden Hurst, right? The O.J. Howards of the world. Now, as far as from a production aspect, far as just sure numbers, we can say, okay, the 8 touchdowns, yes, that's nice, right? 3 of the 8 touchdowns came against those Eagles, right? And another one, I think 2 of them came from the Giants. Well, those are guys that's within your division. I'm not trying to discount or take away from that. But at some point, you got to look at this and say to yourself, hey, come on, man. We knew that they was rolling coverage. We knew that those touchdowns were one-on-ones. We like your skill set. We like what you bring to the table. But come on, man. You want to get paid what? I tell you what. So that we can get the true market value of what you really is worthy of getting paid. We will put you out there in the market. We will allow other teams to see whether or not what they will be willing to pay for you. And that was my stance, by the way, for Dak Prescott. I said if the Cowboys really wanted to see the value of Dak Prescott, let them see the market. Go out there and let him be on the open market. Right? You should have put the tenders on him. But don't fool around and tag the man and not pay the man. Because this is the problem. The tag, when you tag a player, it's equivalent to going to one of those payday loan places, those title check cashing places. You don't see those places, hear me out, in wealthy neighborhoods. You don't see those type of places in great upstanding communities because they know that those places are typically loan sharks. The value is too much. You go to a check cashing place, the percentages on that particular money that you borrow, you might as well ask Pookie and Ray Ray for that, right? And see if they can scrape together some money out of the couches to give you that. But when you start franchising, tagging a player, it also shows that you don't have a lot of faith in said player, that you are not comfortable with player for a long-term situation, and it costs you a little bit over double the price that you are willing to pay down the line. And then that money that you put on the franchise tag cannot be prorated. It goes straight off the salary cap. You can't do nothing with it. You can't. You can't do nothing with it. Now, if you, I'm just talking to you guys for real now. If you decide to go to a check cash in place or what have you to get a loan or a tighter loan, pay them people off. Pay those loan sharks off. That 800% interest that they're putting on you, pay them people off and never turn back to them again. Don't do that. And the Cowboys fell in love with the ideal of franchise tagging players, saying that since we got it, we're going to use it. No. I get it, right? To put a placeholder on a player to see whether or not what can come about. But it would have been better, even in D-Law's situation, for you to allow him to test the market at the time. It would have been better to put a first-round tender on him, right, to see if a team is willing to say, you know what, I give you a first or I give you a second. And I'm not saying that D-Law wasn't worth the $14 million that he played on that one franchise tag and then double it back. I think he played on a $17 million contract for that franchise tag, and then their third year or what have you, they went on ahead and gave him that big boy contract. It's more drama. Yeah, Jordan, see? You're right. It's more drama. And the players, they got a right because they looking at it like, man, looking at this house, got the kids, we want to put them in this school, right? I'm a veteran. I want to walk around with my chest out. And I'm quite sure that even if it's something that he would be willing to play for less, his agent saying, look, man, I can't do that, dog. You know, you're under my agency, man, I can't do that. No, I can't. Look at David Njoku. His stats are half of what yours present. Half. Even in the past 2 years. I'm going to pull up 2020. 63 receptions, 615 and 4 tubs. Right? So if we pull up David, and I always tell people comparisons are the robbers of all joy, right? You don't want to compare yourself to anyone. But as the agent for Schultz, that's how he make a living. Let me see what David Njoku. So last season, Njoku had 36 receptions, 475 yards, and 4 touchdowns. To be fair, he don't have a Dak Prescott on his team over there. You know, and I believe the way he was featured, it was a whole different type of situation. But that's a story of a different day. I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm not saying that. I'm not implying that either, right? But from a money aspect, this is what he did last season. The season before last, 2020, 19 receptions, 213 yards, and 2 tubs, right? And let's see. This is what he did. So you mean to tell me that this dude got $57 million? Look at those stats. So that is why you allow Schultz to test the market. And if it come out high, then you pat yourself and say, put your hands together and be like, hey, man, you know, Schultz, we love what you brought to the table. We admire your dedication for this team. Unfortunately, we can't match the Colts. Or unfortunately, we can't match what the Panthers are willing to pay. Have it ball out. Ball out good enough so we can get that third round compensatory pick. Well, we appreciate your services, and we won't have this conversation. It'll be on to the next story, right? We will have $11 million. I'm just going to round up. Matter of fact, we have $23 million right now. That will put us at $33 million of cap space. You could have went out there and pick up a Bobby Wags. You could have really worked out a deal for a Von Miller. You could have really worked out a situation in a scenario that you have a Tyrann Matthews or anybody else with 33 or 34 or whatever millions of dollars that you have available, exposable to you, that also you can spread out and utilize heading into the 2023 season, right? Take some of that money and put towards Trayvon Diggs' contract, CD Lamb. But don't franchise tag a person because you can't prorate that. Let them test the market. That's what the Cowboys really need to do. I wish that the NFL abolished franchise tags, by the way. It cripples the team. And it puts a real damaging feeling, vibe for the player. It do. My guy, Marcel says tight end. Sorry, I feel you, man. Lisa, appreciate you. Thank you so much for being part of this thing. The Browns need to pay players to keep their fan base. This is from Captain Cowboy. Whatever little thread of fans that they have over there, yeah, I feel you on that one. You know, Cowboys should trade for a truck clock. I appreciate you, man. That's funny. Dak needs to speak the heck up. This is from Craig. And I said this before, Cowboy Nation, I appreciate you guys for jumping in. Dak have no way to speak up. When he was going through his contract situation and scenario, they paid Jalen Smith before Dak Prescott. I didn't hear Jalen Smith speaking up. They paid Ezekiel Elliott before Dak Prescott. I didn't hear Ezekiel Elliott say, hey, man, pay my quarterback, man. I got my rookie's contract that was north of what he got, right? There was nobody. Anthony Brown, I think he got some money before Dak. A whole bunch of people. D-Law, come on. Danny says, Law, they need to pay the man, and that's simple. Right, but they should never franchise the man, and that's even more simpler, you know. When you franchise, you're cutting your legs off from under your feet. And I get it. You put a person on the franchise tag to work out that long-term contract, right? To say to yourself, Cooper. Yeah, they paid Cooper. Yeah, before Dak. Yeah, so a lot of people got paid before him. So now all of a sudden, hey, man, let me speak on your behalf. Where were you? Huh? When I needed somebody to speak up for me, when my bone was protruding through my skin on the field. 2020, people fail to realize, it was just right around the corner. No one spoke up and said, hey, man, that's the leader of our team. Can y'all go ahead and pay him, by the way? This dude bone is protruding through his skin. The dermis, epidermis, subcutaneous, it went through all of that. I don't know which order it was, but that's the reality of it. Nobody was saying, hey, man, you know what, I'm going to put back so he can get paid. No, everybody. Look, I told people this the other day. Just because somebody's following you don't mean they really following you, They following you to see if you're going to fall so they can take your place. Right? They're ready to be in your seat. The same people that say, hey, I'm down for you, I'm reaching out my hand to pull you up. There's a display out there. I wish I could find it. I can help. I can get you out of the hole. I'm reaching down to pull you up. And they got a ladder right behind them. Hey, I can't reach. I can't get you. But business is business, and this is business. I've seen some people. It's not like Cowboy Nation, I don't want you guys to be I've seen it happen. And I think that this is one more year before a third of you guys start turning on CeeDee Lamb. One more year before y'all start turning on Trayvon Diggs and Tony Pollard. One more year. I think it's 3 more years before you start turning on Parsons. Oh, man, we like Parsons, man. But no, man, let's not pay him. He's a linebacker. Let's not pay him DN money. No. Oh, man, what he's doing? Why he's not going to practice, man? Why he want DN money, man? We got him at linebacker. That's great. That's how people do. That's why I can't stand the salary cap. That's just what it is. Appreciate you, burners. Appreciate you, Monday burner. Let's listen to this audio, and then we'll play it back and forth. And, of course, we'll turn on the phone lines for everybody. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in and being part of this episode. The Dallas Cowboys, Sports Talk and Beyond. Let's listen to 105. Let's listen to their thoughts on this, and we get it. Keep it moving. How about that, huh?
Cowboys franchise-tagged tight end Dalton Schultz informed the team he will not attend the rest of voluntary OTAs. Schultz already signed his franchise tender, locking in at $10.9 million for 2022 if there's no deal by July 15th. So Dalton Schultz pushing his weight around a little bit, saying, fine, I'm leaving practice because you're not giving me my long-term deal.
Oh. We see this all the time. Every single year there's somebody on the franchise tag who's going to skip the OTAs and workouts and such that are non-mandatory. And even some will skip the mandatory portions of them. And Schultz is the latest.
No doubt. And I believe, I think it was 1 year, I forgot. It could have been 2000, I want to say 18. That Aaron Donald, he skipped out and said, man, look, y'all got to pay me. It could have been 18 or it could have been the year of 2017 that I was listening, that he sat out or what have you, or he skipped until they got his affairs, his money together. And this is not isolated or relegated only to the Cowboys, by the way. This is for all teams that they have this issue with the salary cap or issues with the franchise tag. And the league is at its all-time high as it relates to generating money. And the players' union is soft as Charmin tissue, right? Because on one end, you would see a ruling or a fine to go to this team, and the player union won't even open their mouths. And then on the other end, you hear the players union singing like a canary on all of these other little irrelevant other issues I'm not finna bring up. So I think that the NFL union is the worst in the all of sports, and I'm not trying to make any enemies. I'm just calling a spade for what I see out of it, right? And on top of that, I think that the salary cap situation, by them knowing that they signed a $111 billion TV deal, they know how that money is going to trickle to all, right? Let's not get foolish with this thing. But it is what it is. CJ says rumors are they weren't plan on keeping him after next year anyways. This is from CJ. And is that referring to Schultz, or who is that referring to, CJ? Let me know. Schultz is from Cactus G. Shout out to you. Schultz is plenty good enough to sit out. I mean, if I'm a rookie on this team and I'm trying to make this team, way to go, Schultz, you know. Hey, man, I'll send you what you Uber Eats, DoorDash. Which one you got, man? You can use my account. You can be at your house eating your oodles and noodles. Let me get those reps. Let me get that opportunity. Shoot, I wouldn't mind $10 million right about now, you know. That's how the mindset should be. If I'm Peyton Hendershot, I'm like, yeah. All it takes is a few some highlight reels, and don't let the committee get behind me. So, Schultz, DoorDash, Uber Eats, what you want, man? I got you, man. I got you.
Oh.
I'm trying to decide how harsh to be right now. I want to be harsh, but I look at the numbers for Dalton Schultz. 63 for 615 and 4 touchdowns 2 years ago. 78 for 808 and 8. A fantastic season. But, to me right now, Dalton Schultz is still more just a guy than he is special playmaker. And I'm like, bro, look, I'm all for everyone getting their money.
Yep.
No one has been through more negotiating nightmares with their employer than me. So I'm always usually sympathetic to the individual, the employer. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, you're Dalton Schultz, man, off of 2 years. Like, you should you really be pushing your weight around like this? Like, who are you, man? You're lucky Blake Jarwin got hurt, and there's another Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz that they can find in the rotating door. Now, Bobby Belt would disagree with me. We didn't totally get into it while you were out that one day, our Cowboys insider, but I'm like, really? Let's take your $10.9 million and be quiet and be happy about that, and then you can work out your deal down the line. Obviously, that's how these things go with the state of the franchise tag, but I'm like, really? Should Dalton Schultz be barking this loud? We all remember the reason I paused in having you respond first is because I thought you were going to take us back to when you were heartbroken when it was announced that they franchise tagged him. Well, so I thought you were going to go in a little bit stronger.
I was heartbroken when they tagged him. I did not think that was a wise tag at all.
It was.
I would have signed him.
What are you seeing?
All right, so here's the situation. Off of all what they just said and the 2-year situation, he got to be looking at David Njoku saying, okay, if he got 57, you already franchise tagged me. Meaning that, hey, I really like it here because I signed the tag. But let me contextualize it from this aspect of it. My stat ratio trumps any year that David Njoku ever did. So therefore, I want north of what he got. I don't care how you break it down. Because if you would have let me test the market, then I could have gotten something like this or better. That's the bottom line. You see, Cowboys fail to realize, and I'm talking about the front office, and I love y'all. Don't come out here and try to shank me with the butter knife. Come on. I'm just spitting my truth right here. But they come at it like, look, man, you was a 4th-round draft pick. Hey, man, look, you was serviceable at best. We took you on. We embraced you. We put the silver and blue all over your body like the Illuminati, baby. Where is that home? Team discount. But all Schultz can look at is saying, and his buddy, his agency hitting him like this. Shh. Don't you show up to practice again. Hey, man, but I really want to show that I'm a team guy, and it's not about the money. The big boy that's winning the Super Bowl. Don't you show up, man. I'm your agent. Matter of fact, I'm your daddy right now. Hey, I'm going to make sure that you can get north of what this kid is making. Remember, football is a 50-50 sport. You here one day, you go across the middle, you can be in the wheelchair the next day. So I got to make sure I'm protecting you. And if the Cowboys are willing to give you $10.9 million for your mind, right, then they can pony up more. Because I'm telling you about that Amazon deal, and I'm telling you about those other gambling aspects that they add into the league. They got money. So if breaking down Njoku, $54.7 million, right, which including a $17 million fully guaranteed signing bonus, right? That breaks down as an average annual salary of $13.6 million. Is that north of 10.9 or is that south of 10.9? So just looking at the sure numbers, just talking about numbers, that is $13.6 million average annual salary, with $28 million of that guaranteed because they kind of prorated and they stretched that thing out. His signing bonus was north of what Dalton Schultz just signed for as far as a franchise tag. So Schultz can only look at it like this, man. Y'all want me to be competitive. Y'all want me to compete. Look at my numbers. 808. 8 tubs. I want more than David Njoku. But man, we don't have. I want more. That's how it is. Shout out to Jake the Great. Law, what is Schultz market value? That's what we don't know. That's what we don't know. Because they didn't allow this man to see what the open market would be willing to render, would be willing to pay him. That is the reality of it. And that's what the argument is all about, basically. Because now that Njoku got paid, that is at least now the floor. People just don't understand. That is the floor. That's the floor. On principles, he can't get a contract less than this, than 54.7. He can't get one less than that. So that's the floor, the baseline. And if he do somehow work out a deal that's less than that, who is his agent right here? Kawhi or Maliki? Kawhi, he's popping another champagne bottle. He drinking, you know. Go. He drinking. Go. He drinking champagne because he's saying, man, my client, man, I got my client, boy. We fleeced the Browns, boy. I got my client, big money. Did you see what the Cowboys? That's how it goes. That's how it is. I wish I can. My best analogy is this right here. You live in a subdivision, and on your stretch of houses, if every house is being sold for $450,000, right? And your particular house is a 2-story house, bigger floor plan, right? 5,000 square foot or 6,000 square footage on maybe a 12,000 square lot, and smooth right down the street, literally 3 houses down. And he sells his house for $500,000, and his house is 3,000 square foot on a 7,000 square lot. You're gonna be looking at it like, well, there's gonna be more money in my pocket when it's time for me to sell. Yeah, I just made, when he sold his house, you'd have made more money. No, just keep everything in condition, things up. But if somebody with a bigger house right next to yours sell their house at a lower rate, and you sitting there like, man, what's going on, man? Woo, that's gonna hurt a little bit. I'm gonna have to wait 90 to 180 days before I put my house back out there. Because, man, God dog, he done sold his house for $425,000. That's gonna hurt the market. But that's not happening. The market is increasing. Bateman says, I need to buy a house there. Well, you must be upstate New York or somewhere where it's $1,700,000, right? 900,000. It's Ferguson time. You right. Let's go.
His game. Give me the breakdown.
Break
him down as a player.
I see a safety net.
I agree.
I see a safety net. But
There's value in that.
there's definitely value in that. And look, that's a little disrespectful. He's more than a safety net, but he's not much. Here's the Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. They got big deals from the Pats before last season.
Yeah.
He had better years than both of those guys the previous year.
Yeah.
And they got mega deals.
They did.
He's Njoku's going to get a decent deal for what, Cleveland? Well, Dalton's 2021 season was better than Njoku's 2020 and 2021 combined. According to Twitter.
There's two ways to look at that. It's
right.
your way, which is how Dalton and his agent are going to be doing it. These guys got deals. We're outperforming. Pay us. My mind immediately went to those deals have proven that they're not worth it.
Right, true.
Those deals for the tight end have been mistakes and letdowns. I have to go look at Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry's numbers, but I don't remember him playing fantasy, them lighting it up. I could be wrong because we just saw the story in the commercial break.
Jonnu Smith.
Hey, before they read out Jonnu, shout out to my guy, Jay Lombardi. He hit me up yesterday, and he said, hey, what about Jonnu Smith? And I went to proceed to look at Jonnu Smith tape. Yeah, boy, nice, but yeah, his production is not the same. We fail to realize, man. We fail to realize this was the number one offense in the National Football League. No one scored more points and had more total yards than the Dallas Cowboys. Let me repeat. No one scored more points nor had more total yards than the Dallas Cowboys. And is it a situation where we can say, okay, hey, man, with those type of results, why they don't have a playoff win or a Super Bowl ring by this time, right? I will tell you guys once again, Kellen Moore, as crazy as it may sound, that was his third year ever calling plays last season. If you have Kellen Moore as a seasonal vet, maybe 8 to 10 years calling plays, and I'm not saying that you should be an offensive coordinator for that long, no telling how his offense would be just crazy good, stupid good. Kellen Moore need to work on two things. Counters, right? He got to work on some type of counter move. He need to work on that. And get him back to running the rock in favorable situations, right? But that's a story of a different episode and a day, right? But one thing you can't say is that Kellen Moore, his offense, don't generate. You can't say that. Even when we had Andy Dalton and company. and who else? We had Benjamin DiNucci, Garrett Gilbert out there. Offense still in that crazy year was top ranking in top 10 offense. That's crazy. Chunk of that came because of course, Dak Prescott, crazy first start of that year. Appreciate you, Stephen White. Appreciate you. Simi Fihoko licking his chops right about now. Yeah, and this is the thing. We grade and we judge our players so hard. We do. Y'all be sure to hit that like button, share this content. If you are able to, on the YouTube page, comment, it's because you are a subscriber, and I really appreciate that so much. Really do. If you can't comment, it's because you're not a subscriber. Unfortunately, that's the only way I can do this to get rid of the bots, But shout out to you guys. Justin says Njoku contract has the tight end market going nuts. It do. Just like what's the kid that signed that contract from Texas? He's from Texas. And he played for, don't help me out. Don't help me out. Ooh, don't help me out. It's at the tip of my tongue. Christian Kurt. What team did he go to? Oh. He played for the Arizona Cards, right? Christian Kurt, right? What team did he went to? Y'all help me out. Jake the Great says Law Schultz has mastered the Jason Witten 5 yards and turn and fall. Yeah, you're right, man. But he averaged more than 5 to 6 yards after catch, though. He was more of a he averaged more than that per reception, I meant to say. He gone to the Jags. Appreciate y'all. What did Christian Kirk got out there, boy? He ballooned the market, right? He inflated the market. I really appreciate that. Sadiqua says, "How law makes no sense. Most people in here comes here all the times. There are 264 in here and only 79 likes. Man, come on, y'all. Y'all help out the nation, baby. Come on, y'all help it out. If not, man, Sadiqua will let y'all know. Come on.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Played in 16 games. He had 28 catches for 294.
That is a
It's a
horribly overpaid result for that contract.
Yeah, of course it is. It was a dumb deal.
What did Hunter Henry have?
I'm pulling it up here.
By the way, I'm getting a text message from someone really in the know saying, I think it's dawning on Schultz and his reps that Dallas never really had any intention of good faith negotiation. Whoa.
Hunter Henry had 50 for 603. So if you combine those two guys, that's Dalton Schultz. And so that he should probably get $100 million was basically what because those guys got like,
that is exactly what I was thinking. Like, he want that hundo. He want that hundo. Because if Hunter Henry got what he got, right, these are good numbers for us, 9 tubs. And you can counter argue that, hey, with almost less than 20 receptions, this dude got 9 tubs, dude. So what you trying to say? Let me see what his passer rating when targeted. 120. And how many drops? 0 drops. This is remarkable numbers, right? And I think they had the twin tight end, him and Juno Smith. I appreciate you, Jay Lombardi. Let me pull this up again for letting me know about Juno Smith, because I don't really, I think that's how you spell his name. It's Juno Smith. Juno. Y'all spell Juno. Juno Smith. Is it Juno? Is it Jono? Come on. What's his last name? Is it Smith? Junno. Oh, Jono. J-O. Okay. So they had the dual tight end set. He only had one tight end. He had only one touchdown. It's Jonnu. I don't know why I'm saying Juno. All right, so 73. So I don't know what he got paid though. So if he got, I hate doing this though, by the way, because I'm not trying to pocket watch none of these guys. I promise you, I'm not. Let me see. Maybe if I can go to, go ahead right here. We're gonna go. We go contract. We're gonna go contract. We're gonna do it the old school way. There you go. He signed a 4-year, $50 million deal. 30. Look, man, this is crazy. This is crazy money. 31.25 million guaranteed. Right? And look at the levels of production. We just freestyling this. He only caught 28 passes. Let's see what he did the year before. 41. He had 8 tubs though. That 8 touchdowns. Shoot. But 41 is far, far away from 79. Let's see what we did in 2019. It's 35 receptions. That's far, far away from 79, baby. The best thing the Cowboys should have done, and then, of course, so he never played to the level of what Dalton Schultz just exhibited in the last 2 years. And he got 50. 50. $50 million. So I'm going to ask you guys. What should Dalton Schultz get? It got to be like what my guy just said on 105.3 The Fan. It got to be a hundo. You got to. And the Cowboys thought that they were smart when they put too much, they put too high of a tender on him. They put 2 first-round draft picks for him and said, okay, you on the market. 4-year, 85, 12 to 13 million. He don't want 13 million. No. He can't get 12. No, it's gonna have to be more than that. Then Njoku getting 13.6 million. Higher. That Joker getting like 14, 15 million. That's what he's putting out there on the table. And he could literally say, hey man, I really want 16, 17. Cause my stuff is north of what those boys are getting. The safest thing for the Cowboys to do, believe it or not, since they don't want to pay this man $17 to $18 million. They thought that they was going to skate and give that man 11, 12 APY. I promise you that's what they were thinking. Like, man, we'll pay him 11 to 12 million. He'll be happy, right? We franchise tag him. That's a little bit less than what we willing to pay him APY. But, hey, what we going to do is we're going to work out a long-term deal, and we're going to give this man 12 to 13. But what's going to happen is, yep. Why not? Robert Wallace said, Robert Wallace said the right thing.
Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
Robert, you're right. He said if you were willing to pay Amari Cooper $20 million, and he generated how many touchdowns? 8. Did Amari Cooper get 8? Passer rating when targeted was 122 for Amari Cooper. I'm going off the top of my head. Then I would take 18 million. Inflation's already included. 18. Hey, man, you're outpricing yourself. So, I believe in myself. I'm just as valuable as Amari Cooper. I block, I run, I find a short area in the zone, I sit on my routes in the hook area. I'm the safety valve. I don't drop balls and I don't miss practices nor games. That's Stephen Jones laughing for y'all, by the way.
Get your damn act together.
Right? I have 8 touchdowns. I have 78 receptions off of 101 targets. And when passer rating, this target is 122. Let's pull up Amari Cooper. Yeah, and there's Hunter Henry. But, I forgot to look up Hunter Henry contract. Well, hold on. Y'all bear with me. Hunter Henry contract. Oh, wow. So he signed a 3-year. His 1-year contract is 10.6. Okay. Man, that's a good deal for him. Including a $15 million signing bonus, $25 million guaranteed. Okay, good. Hunter Henry like, man, hey, I'm better than the other dude, Juno Smith. But let me pull up Amari Cooper. Cooper. Let's pull it up. Shout out to you, Penton. Thank you for the donation to help elevate the nation here. 99 receptions, 99 targets, 68 receptions, 865, and he gave you 8 touchdowns. So in the mind of Schultz, he said, oh, you paying him 20? I know the money's still out there. You still got it. You sitting on right now $23.5 million. I want that. Pay it up.
Hunter Henry had 50 for 603. So if you combine those two guys, that's Dalton Schultz, and so that he should probably get $100 million. Was basically what because those guys got each like 40.
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness, he shouldn't get that money, by the way. But
I just think I would lean a lot more towards he's replaceable than hard to find.
He is replaceable.
Like, how long has Dalton Schultz been around here?
4 years.
4 years.
Dalton Schultz was supposed to be here as what? Brian Broaddus told us, a blocker. That was his expertise. He just finished his 4th season. Now, I thought he was here longer. It seems like I feel like it's felt like longer than just 4 years. But look, his last 2 years have been really, really good. I can't deny that.
They have been. And if I'm Dalton Schultz's agent, and you come at me with those deals were mistakes, I would say that's not really my problem.
Right.
You know, take that up at the next owners meeting that you have with your other owners upsetting the market. This is the going rate for the tight end at this position at these statistics, and that's what I want to get.
That's what you want to get. And if you don't give me what I want, then I'm sitting out. I'm not doing anything extra. Now, mandatory, I will be there, maybe late, maybe not on time, but I will show you guys. But if you not willing to do for me as you was willing to do for others, then I'm not finna give you extra stuff. No. And some people get bitter like that. Click that link right there. It would take you right to what we just heard from 105.3 The Fan. And that's just the reality of it. If you guys got kids, man, try this one. Buy one of them ice cream and not the other. Right? Just do that. Buy one of them ice cream and not the other. Don't let them be in the same age range. They're going to be looking at you. Don't let them be girls. They're going to be looking at you like, daddy. No, wait a minute. Hold on. My oldest one, she would let you know, hey, wait a minute now. Hold on. Wait a minute. You what? You love her more than me? Where's my ice cream? I'm like, all right. Here you go. That's just how it is. These players are looking at other players' contracts. They're looking at what they do within the confines of their systems, and they're saying, I want the same game. I want that too. Where's my ice cream? Jay Versick understood, right? Owners can find big time. See, the best thing that the Cowboys should have done was allow that man to test the market, right? And see who is willing to give the 2 to 3 scoops of ice cream. But we don't know. Now, the craziest thing of it all, some teams, believe it or not, got more wiggle room as it relates to salary cap, right? Some teams have their quarterback still under their rookie contract deal, so they can be a little bit more spendy happy, right? And the Cowboys, everything balances way out, by the way. And the Cowboys wanted to hold on to their player and say, I don't want my player to be lose or lost to another team, right? I don't want to lose out on my player. Right? But the flow is supposed to be parity in the league. So if you lose out on one of your good players and they go ball out somewhere else, hell, the compensatory pick is right around the corner. You just have to wait on it. Oh, that screws my plan. I really had plans for Schultz. The market, the funniest thing about it, the market is the market. And it will find a way to balance itself right back out. And the craziest thing, I can't make this thing up. The craziest thing, it just happened to the Cowboys. Law, do you have any factual evidence to that? Yeah. His name is Blake Jarwin. You paid him. He got hurt. And based upon your hard work through your discovery of players, next man up, Schultz, stood tall for 2020 and 2021. And when it was time for Schultz to move on, you could have said, hey, man, we did all we could. And that's the same that could have happened to Dak Prescott, to Ezekiel Elliott, to DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Smith, all of those guys. The biggest issue for the Cowboys is this right here. They hold on to players so long. Too long. And I'm not saying that I'm advocate of getting rid of Dak Prescott. I'm not saying that. But collectively speaking, you wouldn't have to go back and forward with talking about worth and value and all of this if you allow them to see what it is. That's just me being 100 with you all. Right? Ain't nobody they brought in taking his spot. Ain't nobody they brought in taking his spot. It's from Robert Wallace. Ferguson is a decent blocker. Hendershot is a great pass catcher. It's already solved. And this is from Doe. Yeah. And you got to give these kids a chance and opportunity. And I don't think that year one that Jake Ferguson, it will be the exact same thing of what we just seen out of Schultz. I'm not saying that, but who knows, man? Shoot. Y'all acting like this not the number one offense in the National Football League on points and total yards. They did something. And one can argue that the team was doing that on the back end of the season, stumbling. They stumbled into the playoff. We didn't go into the playoff hot. We stumbled. It's 127, man. Let me know if you guys want to call in. The hotline for your mind is at the bottom of the screen. We put it there. And 657-390-7391. Just let me know if you guys want to call in and have a conversation. I was going to play another audio, but I don't want to listen to Dan Orlovsky. He was going into some crazy nonsense talk, and that was the next audio that was stored in my queue right here. And he was talking about this right here. Dan Orlovsky was talking about quarterbacks or what have you. And one of the things he was saying that you win games because of the NFL right now quarterback. So we don't have to listen to the audio. I wouldn't put y'all through that torture. All right, so we got somebody here on the line. This Coach Marv. Coach Marv, you're live.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it.
Coach Marv, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Coach.
Yeah, man. That Schultz thing is a monster that we created. And that created a monster because when you don't use a franchise tag for what its purpose was meant for, you get in trouble. And the purpose was meant for to keep franchise players.
Big facts.
And we're looking at numbers. And I try to tell people, man, football has gotten so play John Madness, that we look at numbers. Oh, he got that many catches. If you really want to dig into the numbers, he got 70-some catches. With some of these guys got 30 catches less, but 200 yards less. So you got double the catches, you should have double the yards.
Oh, man. Preaching now.
The average per catch is around 8.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets to the point, and I know you have said, he's a beast of blocker. No, it ain't Law. Watch film on his Law.
Well, I'm talking about when he
first blocks in there.
Yeah.
That he gets blown up a lot.
When he first started, that was his cup of tea. But let me say this before we get started with everything, Coach. We are not saying that Schultz is trash, by the way.
No.
This is
No.
absolutely not his fault.
He is a $7-8 million tight end.
There you go. But go ahead, Coach, because I just want to get that out because people think that we will be bashing Schultz, but this is really not his fault. He had nothing to do with this.
It's not his fault. He's only doing what he was allowed to do because you put him in a situation where he had to pull the trigger because you're not going to sign me for less than $11 million a year APR because you gave him the franchise tag. So I don't know who the Cowboys fooling if they give him the franchise tag and somebody sign for less APR. That don't happen. So they probably weren't even trying to get to the 11 or 12 million. You know, I believe Schultz would have took a deal if he said, okay, you're going to give me APR $11 million, $12 million a year. I'm quite sure he probably Schultz already know. His agent knows that there is not no top 5 money out there in the league for him. Not at tight end. Not based off what that happened in these previous contracts. He knows the only way he won a lottery ticket when the Cowboys gave him the tag because that put him at a $10 or $11 million. I just think the Cowboys handled this poorly because if this is how I would have handled it, I would have said, before we even got to the franchise tag, Schultz, I would have I own probably $8 million APR per year, $32 million contract. That would have been my ceiling, but I would have probably started at my floor, like Stephen Jones said, and I was offering him before we even got close to the salary cap, $24 million 4 years.
Yeah.
If he feel like he negotiated and got $2 more million out of it, fine, I'm happy with that. If he doesn't take that deal, we're not franchise tagging, we're going to let you go out and find what the market says. Because when the market tells you, if it tells you that you're at 13, 14, then I'm going to say, Schultz, man, you did well for yourself, and you'll be gone, and I have still got time to get people like Howard, Hurts, all those players for less than $5 million.
Yeah.
But now when I put the franchise tag, I tie my own hands.
Yeah. They done painted themselves. They done painted themselves into that corner. They did.
But this is what I would say about Stephen Jones. Now, you play the game of being penny pitching. You a capologist. You this and that. Well, this is when the rubber meets the road. Was it about being a capologist or it was about who you wanted to pay? Because this is when the rubber meets the road. Are you going to stand firm on this one and say, okay, I'm not paying no 13, 14 million dollars for a tight end, which I don't think is a value at that 13, 14, and go ahead and say, well, hey, we try to put him on the block. We try to get something for him. Because if you give in on this, all that other stuff you were talking was BS.
It was, yeah. That's the situation. But I truly believe I had multiple people hit me up, Coach, and said that there will be, in the next few weeks, breaking news, press conference, Schultz interview, signed a long-term contract, and it's going to be anywhere from $90 to $100 million contract deal. He said, mark my words. And I'm quite sure that person is right.
If they give him a $90 to $100 million contract, they have just priced themselves out of Diggs. They have just priced themselves out of CD Lamb because nobody is not going to sign for nothing less because they practice with this guy every day. And if he get 90, they're going for the boom, CD Lamb and Diggs.
Yeah.
And Michael Parsons.
Oh, yeah.
So if you get role players that type of money, you have just lost your leverage with the superstars.
Yeah, well, in their eyes, 8 tubs, 808 yards, 79 receptions.
All right, these guys play with them. These guys, the ballers, don't worry about what stats they. They know the real game. That's for the people that sit on the outside and say, "Oh, let me look at the stats and picking my guy on my fantasy team." Yeah, that's it. But the film doesn't lie. You watch play in and play out. This guy is not a game changer, and I'm not saying he's not a good tight end in the system, but he is not worth Kittles, Kelsey, Gronk, the guy from Baltimore. Let's be realistic. Is he worth their money?
Yeah, he ain't up there, but shoot, coach,
So
you
if
know
you do
how
that,
that
I'm
go.
telling you, Law, this is when the rubber meets the road.
It does.
See, this is when the rubber meets the road. You play that game. You can play that game. You can play that game like, we value. Okay, this is when the rubber done bent the road, and now what you gonna do?
Man, so but we do know that Njoku's contract, they got to be the floor. They got to be the floor, though.
Listen, good teams don't worry about, good team when they go, good teams don't worry about what somebody else's mistake might be.
Right. You just.
You know what I'm saying? He can talk all he wants. He can ask what he wants. But you have to have confidence. See, this is what I always say when we talk about Kellen Moore and we talking about other people.
Right. Are
we confident in our coaching staff? Okay, put it like this. We was confident in Dan Quinn that we can replace Randy Gregory and still get the job done. What we?
Yeah. I mean, you preaching.
All right. So why we can't be confident did Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore can't get the job done with McKeon, Sprinkle, and this rookie?
They ain't confident, man. And they
okay, so that's what I'm saying. We took the access from Dan Quinn, and now we talking we ain't miss a beat. Here we is with Kellen Moore. We got to continue to add stuff, but he's supposed to be the baby genius.
Man, coach, you know how.
I mean, the rubber meets this is when Law. This is where the rubber meets the road, because when you start talking about you cutting for value picks and you talking about you dealing with the salary cap, this is where the rubber meets the road when somebody that you didn't think was going to balk the system, that ain't that guy. Now you got to do it. Now, if you ante up and go way overboard to try to make a splash with him, forget about getting in a free agents coming here. Because ballers know ballers. And if you overpay a guy that ain't a baller, you're going to have to pay the moon for me if I'm a baller.
Man, you preaching, though. I appreciate you, Coach, man, for your information, man, what you're putting out there. But, man, it is what it is. But just for what you said, let me say this one more time. Let me pull up Travis Kelce. What was the other top tight end? I just need to pull up their stats right now.
Mark Andrews from Baltimore. He can't even touch his numbers.
Now, I'm going to pull up Travis right quick. All right, so he had 131 targets, right? Second amongst all tight ends in the National Football League. 92 receptions, 9 touchdowns, 1,125 yards. I believe somewhere in Schultz's mind and his agency saying that, hey, if you give me those 131 targets, we would have better numbers than Travis Kelce. I try to say it with a straight face, man. But that's how they perceive to look at it, right?
Man, that's what Cooper. Let me tell you something. You want to know why Cooper fell? Let's be real. You want to know why Cooper fell out of graces? Because these things that we saying about these targets going around to people who are not playmakers, he said it, and they didn't like it. He said it, and they didn't like it.
Hey, man. Hey,
but it was the truth.
I feel you, though, Coach. But in Schultz, if I'm his attorney, I'm sitting here like, look, man, look. He had one less touchdown. Let me see how many drops. He had less drops. He had less drops.
And guess what else he can say?
What else?
And Kelce ain't never been tagged before. I'm a tag tight end.
Right. The tag, and you got franchise on my name.
I'm top 5 guy in this league because my average got to be the average of the top 5. I'm exclusive tag, a franchise tag.
Yeah.
I will let him walk. Listen.
It's too late now, though, Coach.
Now, this one quick one. Lord, he franchise tag, he's so good. You shouldn't have a problem trading him because whoever trades for him already know the guy in that $10 million. You should have no problem.
Let me flip it. Let me flip it on everybody out there. If you think the Chiefs put 2 first-round tenders on Travis Kelce, would he still been out there on the market?
No.
Somebody be like, you know what? I will give 2 first-round draft picks, man, for Travis, man. That's what they did to Schultz. They painted themselves in the corner. Now, if they put a tender like a third, maybe a conditional, depending on how many snaps he get, second, whatever, and put the free agent on him, maybe, just maybe. But 2 first, man, come on, man.
I'm telling you another thing, Law. Nobody win the franchise tag him.
Why?
Right? Because Kelce wasn't going to take the franchise tag because he knows, based off his importance and what he does for the team.
Right.
Which is none. If he says, you franchise tag, I'm not going to show, and our offense is shut down. You franchise Schultz, he signed it right off the bat. Why? You like, oh yeah,
right. Schultz hurt. Yeah, man, ballpoint pen. Give me the ballpoint pen, man. Let me go ahead and sign this thing. But I appreciate you, Coach, so much, man, for calling in today, man.
Have a good one, Lord.
You as well, Coach. Man, Coach always been. He's going to give you guys the analytical side of it from a coach's point of view, and I love it, man. Next, we got Tyreek, man. You're live, man.
Hey, what's going on, Law Nation? Cowboy Nation, stand up, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
I think it's like this, man. I've never, like, in a game-winning situation, a clutch situation, are we looking for Dalton Schultz? Like, is Dalton Schultz going to move the needle for us, man? I don't see that, man. It's like he's a dump-off catching tight end. That's what he specializes in. That's what he's good at. And them trying to make everybody into Jason Witten, I'm not feeling that, man, because I honestly believe that Jason Witten stunted the growth of some of the young tight ends we had in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And and we know damn well Dalton Schultz ain't no Jason Witten, and he damn sure ain't no Jay Novacek. So it's like he's not going to go down with one of the greatest tight ends in Dallas Cowboy history. You know what I mean? He's not built like that. And my thing is, they should have let that dude test the market.
Yeah.
And went from there. And if he didn't want to, he felt like he was worth more or somebody was willing to pay him more, they should have let him go and did something different. You know what I mean? And waited, you know what I mean, either did something different in free agency or drafted a tight end a little earlier in this draft they just passed. I don't understand Stephen Jones's how his whole mentality, his philosophy about how to do business in the NFL, because even with the Amari Cooper trade, that was dumb, man. It's like we could have got more if he'd have held on to the dude when it was draft time. Like the Eagles knew, somebody would have gave at least a 3rd round draft pick for Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that whole assessment there, Tyreek, is at least wait for the draft day to start making your trades or what have you. But we were thinking that this right here with Amari Cooper, that they was going to take some of that money that now that they had or what have you, or what they got rid of or was going to be free of, that they was going to play around in the free agency, and they didn't do none of that.
Yeah, I understand that, man. And that's the thing that frustrates me so much about them, is because it's like they're not trying to do nothing. They're like a bitter old emotional female. Like that's how Stephen Jones is running this team. It's like, oh, we don't like you anymore, so we're gonna do anything trying to destroy you, or like you like to say, sully your name. Yeah. And my thing is like, you can't run a football team like that if you're trying to go to the next level, because you need get over the hump players, man. If you're not gonna get over the hump players on offense, right? Damn sure get them on defense when you got a chance. You can't tell me there's no reason why Bobby Wagner shouldn't be a middle linebacker on this team. There's no reason why Ron Miller shouldn't have been on this team. I don't understand why you ain't just go get both of them and bring them to this team and still draft it decently. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's like, damn, man, it's like we, like us as a fan base, like this organization, dude, I know they don't, at the end of the day, they care about the dollar sign.
They do.
That's what it's really about. You know, I understand that's what it's really about. But damn, can you make this fans happy going into the next season? Why we gotta hear all this damn chatter every time we turn around?
You know what it's like, Tyreek? You just hit the nail on the head. It's just like Monique, the comedian. It's like you got the opportunity, people, you know, saying that, okay, 50 Cent put you back on, you forgive old other dude, whatever his name is, and now you doing this show with D.L. Hughley, and they supposed to wash out all of this stuff. And now you calling out D.L. Hughley, you know? So it's always, everybody is a problem. You always have to do something with drama for your mama. You know, just do your comic set, and then get up out of there. But it always have to be something else, if I can make any sense out of it. With the Cowboys, it's always have to be something else, right?
Yeah, it's almost like they have to let everybody know they're in the room instead of just people seeing them in the room.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And knowing that they're there. And my thing is like, damn, man, it's like, when is Steven gonna be held accountable for some of the damn decisions that he make? And it's like, that's why we all saying the same damn thing. It's like, it's nobody accountable in that GM room. There's nobody accountable when they're signing and trading players. There's nobody there accountable, because it's like they can make any type of move they want and expect for us, the fan base, to accept that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, come on, man. Let's be honest with everybody. Should be honest with one another. Kevin Moore should be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like
you already know. Hey, you already know. That's his son. You know, that's his grandson. Because his son, they got rid of his son. So that's his grandson. That's my grandson. I'm not finna let him fall on the sword. When Boise was trying to get and scoop him up, I paid him a little extra coins. And when he was out there interviewing with other people, I made sure, and I picked up the phone and said, man, I got a better situation here. Don't you take that job. But just for political reasons, you can interview with that job. But I got you. You know how that goes. Come on, man. Tyreek, you know how it goes.
Yeah, man. I know how it goes, man. I just hope that Mike McCarthy go for broke this year. I hope he go for broke. I hope even if Stephen Jones comes out and says something negative about Mike McCarthy, I hope Mike McCarthy has that attitude like, I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. I know this your team. You can fire me at any damn time. But this is my name. My name is on the line. So I'm gonna show that I'm a damn good coach. And if I gotta go over there and go holler at my offensive coordinator and my quarterback in the heat of the moment and let them know that, you know what I mean, I gotta blow up on somebody and say something, you know what I mean, look like I'm coming at them. You know what I mean?
I wish that Iron Mike could have that mindset, Tyreek, man, but I don't think he do. You know, you remember, you ever watched The Wire?
Yeah, I watched most of it. Yeah.
Remember at the end, Marlo was like, my name is my name, you know. And I don't think that Mike McCarthy hold weights like Marlo did, you know. Like, my name is my name. Like, this situation, I'm going to fall on the sword. I'm going to take the sword. I'm going to do it my way or the highway. I don't think Mike McCarthy is that type of guy, though, fam. Just to be real with you.
Yeah, man. I just want to. My whole thing is like this, man. If we're not gonna sign this dude, let him play on the 1-year tag and then let him walk. You know what I mean? Hopefully, we found something in Ferguson, because I really believe Ferguson better than what everybody think he is. For some reason, I just got this feeling about this dude. And my thing is, let's see what happens, man. You know, the pads ain't even been put on yet, so it is what it is. I'm ready for this season to go for them to go to training camp and get this started. That's about it, man, with me, man.
Appreciate you, man.
I'll try.
Good call from you, Peace. Man. Yeah, Tariq, good call from him, man. Real good call from him. But you know how it goes. My name is my name. All right, so we got some more people that's in here. I really appreciate everybody for jumping in, and you know, we always got to let the VIPs up in here. What's good with you, man? Talk to me, man.
Law's VIP, baby.
Yeah, VIPs in the house, man. What's good with you, man?
Man, I'm sitting here digesting what everybody said. You know, I love Coach. Coach always be hitting it on the head. And what he said, I think he said it yesterday, the day before, is Dalton Schultz has been getting a lot of these dump-off passes. He's like a dump-off specialist.
Yeah.
But he runs like he's in quicksand. So that's my only problem. I'm not knocking him. And you know where we from. We don't count people's pockets.
Right, it's
but
hard.
I'm just saying, bro, he's average at best. I mean, I would put him into the medium, maybe that middle class of tight ends. He's definitely not in that top 5.
Yeah.
But like you said, Steven and Jerry parking lot pimping, and they done painted themselves into the corner. So now we have no other choice. I mean, I think this could be a good thing because now our rookies get to run, and we get to see what we got out of them. We got salary cap, so if we have to make a move.
I think that Schultz two things gonna happen. Either Schultz is gonna fold, and when it's mandatory, he's gonna be back out there, or the Cowboys are gonna look at this thing and say, you know what, let's go give him that $80 to $100 million contract. Those are the only two things. That's about to happen. That's about to happen in the next few. It's going to be good because it's going to be, you know how it goes, man. It's going to be just like this. Breaking news out of Frisco, Texas. Schultz is now signed an unbelievable deal. He will be the highest paid tight end in Cowboys franchise history with this particular contract, blah, 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 blah. That's going to happen, or breaking news. Schultz is still holding out. He's now not reporting to mandatory camp. Where's the leadership? Who need to step up and call Schultz to have his butt down here? This is breaking news out of Arlington, Texas now. You know, one of those things about to happen. And if you're a leader on this team, you got to have Schultz out there. If you're the leader, right, they're going to paint it on somebody else. Watch.
They're going to be like, it's Forrest's fault.
It's Dak Prescott's fault, right?
but honestly, I really like anticipating what's coming on with the salary cap because you already know Jerry and the owners already have a big bag. People don't realize that they already have that television bag. So Jerry and Steven have foresight. They know that they have Micah, they have Diggs,
right?
They have, and you know we got 88, and we got our Lamb in the wing. So we know out of those 3 players, all of those are going to stretch our salary cap.
Yep.
Right? So we need to have some play, but I don't like the way he's playing with this. I hate the salary cap, like you said. I just wish we could get into a point where we don't have to worry about this. But it is something that we got to prepare for.
Yeah, we do, man. We got to prepare for it, man. That's just how it is, man. The salary cap and revenue sharing. Those are the two things to me. It's like when I hear like teams from other markets talking about our team is better. Well, it's revenue sharing. Stand by yourself and let's see who can stand up by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like Cowboy Nation pretty much carry the league. I think it's Cowboy Nation, it's 49ers and Steelers. Those markets for those particular teams pretty much put the team or put the NFL on their backs, basically, as far as overall revenue. But that's a story of a different day, man.
No, but you're right, Law, and that's what keeps the parity. That's what the NFL wanted. They wanted that parity where, you know, the next year we could have somebody we could have the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah. Right, so I think that's the parity they're looking for, but we all know that who moves that needle when it comes to numbers. And we know Cowboy Nation moves that needle.
Yeah.
So we have to find that warm medium, Law, where we know we got to pay Schultz. I don't want to pay this dude no $80 million. I'm saying it like it's my money.
Right, it's not all money, right? like right now, I'll probably log off the YouTube right now if I had $1 million. Like, oh, I got $1 million, man. I love y'all, man. One love, baby. I'm up out of here. What happened to Law, man? Shoot, he done got $1 million, man. I told you, he don't care about y'all. He only care about the money, you know?
Well, that's why we said That's why we can't be mad at Schultz. I mean, you got like every player. Every player has to play what's best for them, but you have to know. Like end of the day, Schultz, you know your role. Like Coach said, these other players watch you on the field, so they know you're not that top elite guy. They know you have fall. What he did was fell into that role.
Coach said,
Jarwin got the bag, right?
Yeah.
They gave Jarwin the bag, so he was like, well, damn, they gave him the bag. I'm playing better numbers or just as significant numbers as he had, so I need that same bag. What did we pay him? Did we pay him like 50?
I don't even know. Who you saying now? Which one?
Jarwin. What did we end up paying him? Wasn't it somewhere around that 50 range or maybe a little bit less than that?
No, it was the market rate of the tight end at that time when we paid Jarwin. But we got out because of the injury clause or what have you. And I hope that, we have some type of injury clause in these other contracts. But, we paid him his money, man. It is what it is.
So now that I think that's where he's looking at it. Like, if you guys paid him, I'm giving you more production, and what he has is that Jarwin never had is availability.
For right
he's
now,
always available.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one card he could play. Like, look, bro, I don't know what he did, but I'm available. I'm available to Dak. I'm available to you. So, I mean, this is kind of, I don't want to pay him because I do think that we can pick somebody up maybe next year in the draft if he plays under the salary cap. But I know that Dak will feel away because that's Dak like fall guy. That's his his fifth option, and he'll go there.
Yeah.
But I do. I hope.
But the only thing is, before I let you go, VIP.
Yes, sir.
That Schultz already signed ink to paper. That 10.9 for your mind. It's already his. So even if he go out there to tie his shoes, he's gonna get that 10.9. So he's winning. But he's just saying to himself and to everybody, he letting it be known, I'm not finna do anything extra. No, until you give me that long-term contract.
Yeah, he wants the sprinkles with the ice cream, Lord. You know how some of our kids, they wanted it in a cup. Some of them wanted a cone. He wanted the cone and the cup and the sprinkles, Lord.
Yeah. So that's just how it is, man. I appreciate you, VIP.
You know what it is. And Lord, I saw your daughter, Matt. I'm a single father. I love to see your kids on that. I saw her she came on the episode last week. Yeah. I love to see that, Lord. I watched that episode like 3 times. Man, she looked just like you, Lord.
Yeah, that's me all day, man. I was telling my better half, I said, yeah. But now she started to look like my better half, so we're going to have to really sort some things out. But that's supposed to be me right there,
I know you said if they walk up in the Law Nation house, what's going to happen. So I can imagine what happens when it comes to protecting our babies. So I already know, bro.
You already know, Chief. Yeah. Appreciate
you. So I got one thing left to say. How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, let's go with it. Let's go with it, baby. That's my guy, VIP. Yeah. So, she looked just like, let me put this in right quick. 4, 5, 8, 5, 1, 4. Y'all bear with me. We're going to let another caller come in a few. There we go. Quick story, these kids, man, they be on this YouTube and fool around and saw the Huggy Wuggy. Don't let your daughter watch Huggy Wuggy, man. That's a crazy little thing right there, the Huggy Wuggy thing. And let me see if I can get this one. The Huggy Wuggy scared her last night. Had bad dreams about a Huggy Wuggy. Be careful what y'all go to on the. It sounds like a good name, Huggy Wuggy. But y'all type in a Huggy Wuggy, and you will see what I'm talking about. But we got the 757. You live, man. All right, 757, you hung up. But yeah, my little one, man, she started looking more. I was saying the other day, I said, shoot, she started looking more. They say she look like me, but shoot, she started looking like her mom. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, okay. See, She look like me, or she look like the mom, you know? She like the mom a little bit, you know. I think she looks more like the mom, you know, how that goes, Nation. But they said, nah, she look like me. So we've been fighting over who she looked like. But Huggy Wuggy at 3 a.m. Yeah. Let's pull up the next caller that's waiting here in the mix. I got my guy. MJ, you live.
What up, Law?
Mm-hmm.
Loving the show.
What's good?
Hey,
What's good
man,
with you, fam?
let me break this down. Coach Marv, always keeping it real, talking big points. Now, did y'all know we was bragging? Guess who we was bragging on, Law?
What we bragging on?
McQueen, 84, was supposed to be the next big tight end, and then 86 came through. The guy they really was bragging on was 84. McQueen. That's the one. Y'all remember?
Sean
84.
McEwen.
Oh, man. Yeah. He was the one that was going to be the next big tight end for the Cowboys. But he got kind of injured or something. And then 86 took the next leap. Now, I didn't mind when I saw my boy, 89, when he got hurt. They signed him for that $21 million. That's the same contract they should have gave that kid in the middle of the season. They said, okay, man, we're going to give you a 4-year deal, $28 million, and that would have been done. That would have been beautiful.
Yeah.
But now, this guy, if you pay that guy $15 million, now, right there, you know, usually, I don't trip when they let people go. But if he pay that guy $15 million, he need to be smacked upside his head. He need to be fired as a GM, Stephen Jones, the money man. He shouldn't do no more finances for the Cowboys. And his father should smack them. But they doing that same stupid stuff. No disrespect. Everybody don't get mad on here. It's like the politics. He's doing the Donald Trump, because y'all remember when the coaches made them players take a knee, and it wasn't about that. That pissed me off, because I was a Cowboy fan before Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, and when they made them brothers get on the knee and they didn't know why the man was on his knee for, that pissed me off. Now, I'm still a Cowboy fan for life, because I'm a Cowboy before Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. But if they pay that tight end $15 million, they stupid. Go on, let him pay for his $10 million, and then let him go on the market, because we always find tight end. Because the 2 tight ends they got in the draft and the free agent is going to do the same thing he do. So let that man, give him a paycheck of $10 million, and if he don't come back, don't let him come back. Sometimes you got to say, man, we're going to give you $10 million. If you don't want to play, don't play then. And let them young boys in the preseason all the way in the camp, they're going to be doing the same thing he do. They're going to see. And that dude could catch, the dude from Wisconsin, he could catch better than him anyway. So it don't make me nuts. But they better not pay that man no $60 million or $70 million contract. And they're going to justify it. I know Steven, he's going to try to justify Law. Oh, yeah. Nah, fool. Don't do that. Don't do our team like that. Stop doing that, man.
I really feel you, MJ, and I understand the crux of paying him $15 million, but two things like I said is going to happen. There's going to be breaking news within the next 3-4 weeks here. Cowboys gave the tight end Dalton Schultz the highest paid contract of any tight end ever in a Cowboys uniform. Or 3 weeks from now, Dalton Schultz is still holding out due to those are the 2 things that will happen. Still holding out due to contract disputes. Those are the 2 things that's about to happen, regardless.
And then, okay, the salary cap in 2004 for me $300 million. You're going to have to pay the kid from UCLA, the D-tackle, going to be a beast. You're going to have to pay him. You're going to have to pay your corner, your receiver, and then you don't even know them other guys that Sam Williams kid might have like 10 sacks.
Hey, man, Sam Whitman way down the line, though. But I appreciate you, MJ, man. I thank you so much for calling in. Any other point before I let you go?
All the other points is, how about them Cowboys? And let's pray the whole nation that our offensive coordinator called the right play. That's the only, out of all the people, that's the only people I've been talking about every day. Kellen Moore. That's always going to be on my lips. He's the key to us winning our first playoff game again, a sacking with Dak, and going to the conference finals. It's Kellen Moore. How about you? Love you, man.
Good.
That's where the guts went. Just dropped them.
I gotta always play that, man. All right, so let's do this.
The conference has been locked.
All right, so who else is in here? I got 3 people that's in here, and I'm gonna get to these 3 people, and then we're gonna rock. We're gonna rock up out. Okay, all right. 281, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, Law? How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm well, man. I can't complain. I'm well over here, man.
Too blessed to be stressed, huh?
Yeah.
Too blessed to be stressed.
Yeah.
Hey, on what MJ was saying, Sean McEwen, whenever we signed him as a UDFA, there wasn't a whole lot of hype around him. He was just, somebody who had some. Hopefully, he would be a diamond in the rough, but he's not going to be. He's had plenty of time. Dalton Schultz, people don't realize he was ranked 3rd last year in stats, only behind Travis Kelce, and number 1 was Mark Andrews. He had better stats than George Kittle. He had better stats than Darren Waller, better stats than Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, all them boys. And he's 25 going on 26. That was fantasy football. It's basically, your production.
Right.
He produced pretty damn well. He's a 3rd-day pick, just like Jason Witten. Actually, Jason Witten, day 2 pick. Jason Witten picked round 3. Jarwin picked round 4. Year 3, Jarwin started playing well last year. Jarwin played damn good. And if we're going to run an effective 21 offense this season, 2 tight end set, Jake Ferguson, like MJ said, was a great pass catcher. He's not. He's a great blocker. Like you said, in Wisconsin, on 1st and 2nd down, they'd run. And on 3rd down, they'd run it again. So he can block real well, but Jake Ferguson's got a ways to go before he can catch that ball real well.
Right.
Dalton Schultz has become a good pass catcher. That is exactly what you need to run a 2 tight end set. A good blocking tight end and an average blocking tight end that can catch a ball. And I would not be surprised with Cooper gone if Schultz gets 100 catches, over 1,000 yards this year. The man is worth the money. Stephen Jones is the only person standing in between us and big things. Now, if
let me ask you this, though,
before
you got some good points. You got some stats and data and stuff like that with Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce. And if I'm really looking into this thing and I'm thinking on the wave that you're thinking just like the agent for Schultz, right? Schultz is going to be looking at it like, hey, my client deserved to get paid that way. Now, Waller and all of those other tight ends, even though Schultz may have put up better numbers, man, I'm kicking a lot of players off this team if I can have a Waller on this team. But that's a story of a different day, right? You said he deserved his money. Where would you pay him? What amount of money would you pay Dalton Schultz?
He's with the cap trending up the way it is, because in 2024 it's going to be up $90 million. 15. If you can get it for 15 a year right now, do it. Don't wait and piddle around like you did with with Tank, with Dak, with all them other guys. Don't piddle around with it. Get it done. And if you sign him right now, if you do the deal right now, his cap hit is lower this year than 10.9 franchise tag hit would be.
It will be lower.
And then
You're right.
That would open up more cap space. And then you can go out and sign Anthony Barr with no problem. You Will Fuller with no problem. And maybe a trench player in Jen Shredder or Adama Kongsu. Because we're not going to win the Super Bowl this year with rookies and second-year players. We need some good veterans. And the one guy standing in our way is Catboy Stephen Jones, who just wants to win the Cat Bowl, I guess. I don't know. But you got to go sell out sometimes like the Rams did last season. We got good young talent, but we need some good veterans to go in with that. We got good young linebackers, right? Micah Parsons, LVE. Besides that, we got nobody proven. That $10 million from Collins has been available since, a week now. Anthony Barr has not come to visit. Why not? What you waiting for? And we need another receiver to step in while Gallup is, rehabbing his way back. I would like to see Julio Jones, first of all, because he could be a huge boomer bust. I mean, he's been bad the last 2 years, but he could have another good season left in him. And one more trench player.
All right, so with that, that's good stuff, man. I just pulled up Mark Andrews' salary cap or salary average annual salary, and you know how that's how those boys operate. They're looking at the average annual, right? Mark Andrews, Dallas Goedert, those are the two comparables, and they are getting paid $14 million APY. And of course, Goedert. So the question is, from Schultz's position, is Schultz better than Dallas Goedert? Yes or no?
Yes, I think so, and he's getting better. He's only his year 2. He was hurt all year. Year 2, his sophomore year, he was out the whole season. He had 1 catch, 6 yards in the first game. So year 3 and year 4, he's getting better and better. Year 5, he's going to have a good year this year if the Cowboys don't screw it up by having him sit out and lose his ass. But if he plays this whole season, I'm telling you, he's going to get close to 100 catches and close to 1,000 yards. We haven't had tight end do that since who?
Witten.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Witten was
and a tight end is a quarterback's best friend. Dak has a good rapport with him. It'd be a bad idea to let him go or not, give him what, because he's still young. He's 25 years old, and he's getting better every season. The stats are showing it. He's not the best blocker in the world. That's why we got Jake Ferguson. That's why they drafted him, because they know that he's a good blocking tight end. You want a good blocking tight end and a good receiving tight end. Beautiful 2 tight end set right there. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in. I thank you for your points right there, okay?
Alrighty, brother. Alrighty, man. How about them Cowboys? It's going to be our season. If Steven makes the right moves. Sign a free agent, damn it.
Most certainly, man.
It's frustrating me.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, my man. You be good, brother.
You as well, man. All right. And just for informational purpose, I did pull up Mark Andrews. And I'm not finna say that Schultz don't have a shot to be those guys because they're in a different system. If you take away an Amari Cooper and you slide some of those looks over to him, maybe, just maybe, but this was the number 1 targeted tight end last season, 149 targets, 107 receptions, 9 tubs, 1,361, right? And his contract is $57 million off of a 4-year deal. That's Mark Andrews. And, of course, you guys can see all of those other numbers. They're pretty good. He had 3 drops, right? And passer rating when targeted was 95. And that's damn good, man. And if Travis Kelce, we're looking at these numbers, too. Both of those guys had 9 tubs, right? And both of those guys had over 1,000 yards. And I'm not saying that Schultz would never be the kind of caliber of tight end that these guys are. But I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it, man. But 757, man, you live. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's going on, Lord? What's going on, bro?
Man, all is well. I can't complain, man.
Man, not much, man. I'm over here, I'm listening to the show. I mean, there's a lot of good points, but I don't think Dalton Schultz should get that money, just for reasons being that, I understand that he had all these good stats, but I just picture guys like Darren Waller inside of our offense and things like that. Like,
don't have me to go crazy, man. If Waller was, gosh, man.
That would just be nice. That would just be nice if we did. That's just luxury.
Oh my God! Right. And we have a tight end. Look, man, go ahead.
Right. It's just I like Schultz, and he's available, man, and I enjoy watching that fool on our team putting it all out there for us, man. because I know he played hard every single game.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just not worth that money, though. He's not that guy that could catch it and get that yak. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want that yak with it. You know, I don't want that catch spin fall thing that, you know, Jason Witten used to do, man. I'm over that. You know what I'm saying? I want the yak.
Yeah.
But and we gotta think about the future as well, man. Micah, he's too daggone good, so we can't go putting our money places that we're gonna regret it later. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when he come to the table, we gotta be ready to pay him what he asks. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we don't
want to
need
play around. You want to play around.
Yeah, we don't want to be like, we'll franchise you and wait for next year. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to go through that with Micah. This dude is game changing. He literally changes games. Like, you know, that's the type of money that's the type of guy you pour the money out for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they need to learn from what they did with Dak and Zeke. I don't know if they were overpaid, but I think they just spent too much money at all in one big lump sum. Like, you know, they should have did like what they did with Dez and DeMarco Murray, where they had to choose between the two. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Dez had to fight for them coins. He had to fight for
right. He had to fight.
Yeah, it wasn't freely given to him, and the whole thing was the window of time of just. I think where the Cowboys dropped the ball was they fiddle-faddle with D-Law. Remember?
Right.
Like, Dak and Zeke were still on their rookie's contract, and they kept going back and forth with D-Law and all of these things. And I'm not saying that this team would have been better without D-Law, but at that time frame, if you were to let D-Law test the market and don't worry about – because remember, the argument was, should D-Law get Khalil Mack's money? He was the only guy that was available to get paid. They could have took that money and put some more weapons around, you know, the offense or defense, whatever it been, or put a tender, make him a first round a situation. Whereas if you want D-Law, give us a first round draft pick, and we'd have been off with the D-Law situation. But I think that time frame, because I think we were still paying, believe it or not, we were still paying for in 2016 and 17, we were still paying off of Miles Austin contract. We were still paying Tony Romo's contract. We had a lot of dead money.
Right.
Yeah, so we didn't really have no lot of money, you know.
Right. And I feel like, you know, we always in that situation, but I just know, I don't know what Jerry be doing. I just know Jerry know how to work this money out. In the end, he was able to pay for all these cats in the past, man, you know, when he really wanted them. I just think Steven is trying to budget, and we ain't got time for budgeting if we trying to make it to where we trying to go to. Otherwise, we're gonna get too old. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be on that rebuilding phase. So we need to strike now. I think Anthony Barr is out there. You got all this money sitting in cap right now. You don't know what you're gonna do with Schultz. I'll make Schultz look at me sign Anthony Barr and let him test the market, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
But it's too late now, though. It's too late, man, because we done already put his ink to paper, and regardless, that 10.9 is off the book. So we got him at least for a year. Now he can cry and complain about I'm not doing anything extra and be sour over here, but that's not a good showing, man. That's not a good showing. But I appreciate you for calling in, fam.
All right, man. How about the Cowboys? All right, bro.
Man. Appreciate you, bro. That's a good call for him, man. That's my guy. Last but not least, 443, you're live.
Yeah, Law.
Hey, what's going on, man? Talk to me.
How you doing, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I can't complain.
Okay. Let's follow the money here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when we wanted Deion Sanders, what was that? $35 million, right?
Yeah, I think at the time it was that. Yeah.
Okay, we got him. Good free agent, right? Would you say good for the money?
Yeah, because we already knew it wasn't the area of the unknown. We knew what he was able to do. We knew that the previous year he stopped us from winning that playoff game, and we was like, okay, if we can't beat him, let him join us. Then that's the situation there.
Okay, Charles Haley, good for the money that we paid him and the trade.
Was it a trade or a free agent? Y'all have to let me know. But I think that he kind of worn out his welcome in 49ers land, and we scooped him up.
Okay.
Right.
Now, my point is, Jerry Jones was always a Maverick, so whoever he wanted, he got, right?
He did.
We didn't worry about cap. We didn't worry about this. We didn't worry about that, right?
Right.
When did everything start falling off the wheel? When we got Brandon Carr, and we paid $50 million, right?
That was the middle part of it. I think what really started it is when we made Moose Johnson the highest paid fullback in NFL history on his latter ends of his career. And then we were scrambling, and then we went on ahead. And when Playmaker got hurt, we said, we need another dynamic wide receiver, and we gave 2 first-round draft picks up for
Roy Williams.
No, Joey Galloway from the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, Galloway, then Roy Williams, Roy Williams debacle.
Yep. The 2 first-round draft picks for Roy Williams or something like that, whatever that was, and then that really. We still trying to climb up out of the situation of getting under we was in salary cap hell for real. And we kept being in salary cap hell all the way through until it was time to pay Brandon Carr. We went and got Brandon Carr when we started getting out of the weeds a little bit. But collectively, Brandon Carr contract wasn't that bad, believe it or not. It was just his production, his skill set, his play. Just wasn't up to the level that we thought that we was going to be able to get.
You can't even say his play was even bad. He was there for almost every game.
Yeah, he was there for every game.
Miss much. All the thing was he wasn't like picking off balls like he was in Kansas City.
Right. And his day opening was against Megatron. You remember?
Yeah.
It was opening with Megatron with the Cowboys, and Megatron.
Everybody got burned by Megatron. Come on,
man. But not 50. But it was $50 million getting burnt. And then of course the Odell Beckham catch. Oh my gosh. But that's a story of a different day, man. But keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I'm feeling. That's why that's why I don't understand Stephen Jones. You reported, you said on your thing, we got $22 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You got Anthony Barr sitting right there. You got Anthony Hutchinson sitting right there. That's 2 linebackers you can use, and Anthony Hutchinson because he used to play with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's 2 veterans in that linebacker room. Uh-huh. Now you say you need wide receiver help, right? Don't touch Julio Jones. Don't touch him. But you got Will Fuller. Hell, you even got Odell Beckham. And Jerry Jones wanted Odell Beckham at one time, I do believe, because he's still trying to make up for that Randy Moss debacle. Am I wrong about that or what?
I don't know Jerry love for Odell, but I can tell you that the reason why they're not really
in the seats. I tell you that.
Well, he will put butts in the seats. He will look, not just the seats, virtual butts, man, it's clicks and everything. But right now, man, I think that they high on right now. They high on Michael Gallup. Jalen Tolbert, they high on those boys.
Right.
So I can't wait to see how this thing manifests itself into the off season of seeing those boys run out there. But for right now, I think that the Cowboys not going to do that.
You can't even say yourself you love Fehoko. You not sold on Vasher. Come on, man. You can't tell me that.
I'm not sold. I'm not sold on any of those guys right now. I'm all wait and see. But for right now, if the Cowboys wanted to shake something in the free agency, doing it now is kind of late, right? It's kind of like what me and
Well,
VIP
it is
said.
that- it is
That's
that
like
the
waiting
film-
outside of the club when the lights cut on, man. You know, we pulling the stragglers now. That's what we doing. We pulling the stragglers. You know, a little eyeshadow won't hurt her a little bit. She cute and everything.
Yeah.
But now the lights on, you sitting there like, oh my, you know.
Oh, come on. Hey, but I still have to shoot my shot on Will Fuller. I'm sorry. That brother got speed.
Yeah.
And speed is what you need.
Yeah, speed is what you need.
And and he's right down the street in Houston. And the Dolphins didn't want him. Houston got rid of him. Come on, man.
I feel you, man, with Will Fuller, but we have to equate that injury situation with him, and they are still waiting to see what they got out of the guys they got right now. But it's been a long time since Will Fuller played every game, though. That's the only thing. And how much
Then my last.
Go ahead.
My last point is, I want everybody to just. I heard a rumor that they want to trade Tristan Hill for N'Keal Harry.
Yep.
Come on, really? N'Keal Harry?
Yep. But you just said Will Fuller, though.
Yeah. But N'Keal Harry don't have that kind of speed like Will.
He don't.
At least I did see Will with my eyes with Notre Dame. Come on now, I know that man can fly.
Yeah.
Hell, if you want to do that, you can even get me Deshaun Jackson, and he's still good at 33, 34 years old. Did you see that Oakland, the Raiders game?
Yeah,
that man can still fly.
Yeah, he the one reason why we had to bench Jordan Lewis, I believe. Yeah. But you right on the money, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Law.
Anytime, bro.
Thank you.
Anytime, man.
All right.
What's your name, man?
Corey,
man. Appreciate you, Corey. With a K or with a
from
C?
the Eastern Shore.
With a K or a C?
From the Eastern Shore of Maryland.
Maryland. Okay, with a K or a C. Well, yours with a C then, huh? From Maryland.
Uh-huh.
Your name start with a C
Maryland.
then. Your name start with a C or a K?
Yeah. C.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Go Cowboys, man. Go Corey.
Go Cowboys.
Yeah. Good call from him. From Maryland, they gonna put a C in there. But it was all good, man.
Goodbye. Will
Fuller, 95% chance of being injured. So I don't know if the Cowboys are willing to play with that 5% chance. I'm just sad. I get it. We can't take this as gospel though, but he got a lot of injuries there. I wanted to pull that up. But I feel what he said now. N'Keal Harry, I'm not saying that he is world class. He'll take the top off the defense type of guy or anything like that. He's suspect on his routes. He definitely round his routes, but he is a red zone target. And this team needs speed, and he's not that, right? But just going out there to get somebody for speed's sake, I don't know how that would really shake. I feel y'all, though, man. Cowboy Nation, it is what it is at this point and at this time. Going back to what I said with Dalton Schultz, it's not his fault. This all is not his fault. And that's the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. Let me get on out of here, man. I done overstayed my time. I got some more work to do on the other end. But Cowboy Nation, I want you guys to understand that even in this type of moment and situation, this team still have to look each other in the faces and also fight for their role on this team. Nothing should be given to those guys at all. And also look into the mirror and say, why am I here? I need to understand, why am I here? Oftentimes people ask, what is your why? Why do you do certain things? What is your reasoning? Why? Why are you here? What is your goal? Is it the remunerations, the money, the wealth? One thing we all adore, fame. Is it the fame you're looking for? Fortune and fame, we're circling this game. Is this what we searching for? Is that what we looking for? Huh? I want some dogs out here.
entertained? Are you not entertained?
Are you about winning?
This is Sparta!
Are you about looking at this schedule and saying, hey, everybody, I'm going to make you hold those L's, huh? What's on your mind with it? That's what I want. To know where my dog's at. You know, I want to know where my guys who's willing to fight for. Write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough, but you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it, if you will simply, just simply go after the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it with the help of Almighty, you will get it. You will. Don't be folding up like a wallet or a lawn chair. No. Don't be doing that. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful day, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue to grind, to shine. Turn me up just a little bit more. I like this. I like this one. Yeah. Let's go.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the domain just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a new
like
deal.
A veteran.
If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up, wait till I. Old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh. Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and
go, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate everybody for jumping in. I thank you guys so much for being part of this episode. All right. Shout out to you, Sally. Thank you. And shout out to all that's on the Facebook groove. I really appreciate you guys. I am awake. Or how are you? Shout out to you, Sarah, Mike B, Thomas Dixon. Shout out to you guys. Jesse Perez, appreciate you. Anthony Hudson, appreciate you for your donations. And Jesse Perez, thank everybody for being part of this episode. And Patrick Burke, Sadiqua, I thank all of you all. We're going to slow it down just for a little bit. Yeah. Thank those who called in too, Cowboy Nation. Be sure to check out the comments that's all throughout this video and just read through it, of where we stand at, and also rewind, go all the way back to the beginning, if you miss out any parts. Shout out to you, Schultz. Shout out to you, Cowboy Sports Reports. And shout out to you. I wonder if there are other Schultz. Alex over here on Facebook is related to Dalton Schultz. Let's go. Sally Lawyer, appreciate you. Hey. Shop, I see you. Let go. On our way out. Let's watch these highlights. Shout out to you, Daniel. Cowboys Sports Report.
Don't let the street
by Charles in charge. Let us realize it.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
DP.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go.
Yo.
7 years of a perfect love. 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one.
Get it, Schultz. Get it. Against those Eagles.
7 wonders all in one.
All in one.
All in one.
And what we tell them?
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Don't let them hit you, man.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Come on.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Player too. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far.
Another one.
So far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
Another one.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, like there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Who remember this horn?
Execute Order 66.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns. But there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know don't have evidence that something does exist. Does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Come on.
Now, so the cocaine package, when did that crack
You pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
Good pass out of the end zone. Watch Dak Prescott scans the field. Schultz.
Fatality.
Come on. Back in the hole. love, baby. I play this music to relax my nerves a little bit, right? Music calms the soul. Let's go. One love, Cowboy Nation. Be sure to hit that like, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk. And